Hey y'all, it's Dre Under the Leaves and welcome back to another video of mine. So for today, I'm going to be doing some plant chores and probably the next few videos are going to be some plant chores. So I'm going to be doing a couple updates on some plants that I recently have rehabbed in a video. So let me actually grab both plants. Wouldn't it be smart to have both of them? In a recent video, I actually repotted my, oh my God, I thought the leaf broke off. It didn't. I repotted and downsized the pots, or maybe upsized, I'm not even sure. For this one, there was root rot. I repotted this plant here. I did recently get some plant clips. I don't know where they are, so I'm using orchid clips to keep the stem of this one like closer to the pot because I am hoping that I can activate some of the other nodes. One can really only hope at this point. If I actually go find my plant clips, which probably would be the smart thing. As a matter of fact, I'm actually gonna go find my plant clips in a few, but I wanna check on the well-being of this one here, and then just provide an update. I have also been hoping that a node, oh yes, it's finally activating. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, I did a chop on this one so long ago. It's actually unbearable at this point. So I'm just gonna do a check-in on this one, give y'all an update. Neither one of them are looking all that stunning. Sorry, I got distracted, but anywho. And then I have this one here, which also is not looking that stunning. And if you looked at the older video, there are far less leaves because I've had to pull them, including this one that I'm pulling right now that is yellowing. And they've all been yellowing, which is a sign of something. And I recently just had to restart multiple Hoyas. So we're in a restarting era. And if I do restart these, I might restart them in fluval. I have seen good things for aeroids in like fluval stratum or tree fern or all that good stuff. Or even perlite. That way I don't have to be worried about transferring it over. So let me get the plant clips and then we will just jump into figuring out what we're gonna do with these, because honestly, it's been a couple weeks and they should be adjusting. This one in particular should have, like, you should see at least a root, you know? And that's just not necessarily happening. And it's potted into Molly's aeroid mix. And somehow the mix is still moist, which actually makes no sense. I don't have anything that's potted in Molly's that doesn't dry out within a week. The only way I would imagine it's not doing that is if the roots are absolutely rotting and the plant is not accepting the water. But let's get the clips and then we'll get into it. All right, y'all, I'm back with the clips. I'm gonna pull some of those out and I guess we'll just start with checking out the plant that is not doing the worst, because we'll probably be chopping it up. I'm gonna change the angle so y'all can kind of see what I'm doing. So I have this plant here. I'm gonna take it out of its planter. I like this planter, it's cute. I don't think I need to take this out. Ooh, not a piece of perlite. Yeah, I don't think I need to take this out per se, because if you kind of look, there are definitely roots showing up where there weren't roots before. And even at the bottom, I'm seeing roots trying to circle around, which is a really, really good thing for me to see. So I'm definitely okay there. I do think it might need some water. I'm going to simply just take these off. And I did just want to say, the reason that I'm wrapping this vine is because I don't want it to be ball-headed, but I also don't want to have to, what's the word for, I don't want to have to, what is the word, prop? I don't want to have to do all that. I think sometimes we've been sold a dream that we have to like propagate things individually and then put them back in the pot. And sometimes if you already have two vines in the pot, you can kind of activate some of the nodes by getting them to be on top of the moist soil. So I'm just gonna put those three clips in, and now if I move it, you can see it's like holding the vine actually against the soil. Might even throw in another one just for good measure. Do want to make sure to not be damaging. There we go. With that said, I think there's two nodes that are touching the soil, and if those can get activated, then I can just, the thing will branch off on its own. I have no intention of growing this up anything. That's what it's kind of looking like. I think this one is doing all right. There are some browning leaves up here, which could be me. I'm sitting here, I'm always trying to I know this is dirty. Y'all gonna be upset. It's okay. I don't think it'll die. But I'll just cut off that leaf. I don't necessarily need to look at a crisping leaf at the top of the plant. But that's what the double windows is looking like. I realized I never said what the plant was. And then also I wanted to show y'all, there is a little nodie node that's activated, which is really great. So eventually that one will branch off and it'll keep growing, and that's exciting. So I think for now, all I have to do is really water it. But yeah, I mean, it's not looking the worst. Is it looking the best is the problem? No, but it's gonna get there. And I think having wrapped it around, I will keep y'all posted. For now, there is no softness, which is exciting. The roots are growing, exciting. I am seeing a new leaf is coming about eventually here. That's also exciting. And we're getting that node activated. So this one is not the problem child of this video. So here is my problem child. I am not looking forward to this. I'm actually just gonna pull out my potting mat. So I got my repotting mat, but I folded it. And I'm wondering to myself, should I get garbage bin? I actually have this bin that I was using, so maybe instead of my potting mat, I'll use the bin. Okay, I'm gonna use the bin, and the potting mat will catch any extra. And I also bought a garbage bag. I am gonna put on gloves because I'm pretty sure there's rot, and also, if y'all have seen any videos from me before, you would have heard me say the skin is sensitive. The skin is sensitive. Let's check this out. That is absolutely rotted, like 100% rot. Y'all see? Root rot. When there's rot, you cannot reuse the substrate. I have some rubbing alcohol, and I thought I had paper towel. Was I bugging out? So I just got some paper towel that I use specifically for plant stuff. And I'm just gonna spray, well, not spray, I'm gonna clean my disinfect with some rubbing alcohol. Yeah, this one is just not trying to live. That is just so unfortunate. What is your desire to? Oh, annoying. Anyway, now that those are cleaned, you know what? I think it was my fault because I'm trying to remember, but I feel like, oh my goodness, this is the problem. Okay, so first, I think I'm gonna cut all the, is this even viable? I'm cutting off all the roots. You know, cutting them all off. Okay, so there's no, when I'm cutting into some of these rooty areas, I am gonna take this little leaf off. You don't have to come with us, sorry friend. When I cut in, I'm not seeing any brown, so like, okay, wait, let me take this definitely rotting piece off. All right, and I am gonna also chop. Just chop a little bit more. There you go. So this is the piece I'm gonna put in, one of the pieces I'll put into Fluval. I know, ooh, it did not focus. I know they be saying that you need to spray peroxide. I don't have any, so I'm just kind of thinking to myself what to do. I think I'm just gonna I think I'll just rinse it off. I'll spray it with my insecticidal. I don't even know, man. I don't have peroxide. Huh. Okay, so this is one of the pieces. I think I'll have to take off, in order for it to all root, I might have to take this one. I just said that, I took it off before I even thought of it. Yeah, so I'll leave it with this many here, and we're gonna put that in Fluval. Let's check out this other stem. Oh my God. This other stem, luckily, has far more space, so I don't, because the leaves are not gonna, I don't feel like it actually is really what it is. I am gonna chop instead of chopping off the roots. And the final one, this one I need to be careful because I want, is this one starting to yellow? Can't tell, but wow, these were completely rotted. I just really hate to see it. I'm just chopping off all those roots because they are dead. And there's even a node. Is that a node that's trying to activate down there? That's horrible. Oh my. Okay. Yeah, I can't cut that high because there's one. Yeah, I'm thinking that's it. I don't want to cut too high. I'll give myself enough runway. Yeah, I do just want to make sure I'm taking off all of the rot. So that's pretty unfortunate. But I knew something was up. I really did. Because it just wasn't doing. This is what we're left with on this one. And I am gonna put, I think I'm gonna put each of the 3 into their own separate cups of fluval. Only because 2 of them are coming from like rot, right? Whereas like this one, I chopped the rot off at the stem basically. So these 2, or maybe I'll just put these 2 in one. Nah, I'm gonna do each separate. Yeah, that's kind of tough, but this is where we're at. Change of plans. I said fluval. We're gonna do perlite because the perlite is near me and the fluval is not. I just don't actually feel like doing all that. I also want to say I don't want to keep restarting this plant over and over again. So if this doesn't work this time, I'm just gonna give up. Yes, I am definitely putting on a mask. Sometimes when you burn the perlite, it'd be a little much. I'm gonna fill it all the way to the top. All right, y'all. Another thing I'm gonna make sure I do too is spray the leaves. Anytime something is going through a stress like this, the insects are hungry for it, if that makes sense. And even I don't see nothing, that don't mean nothing. So I'm just checking. Cool. I'm going to grab my New York City Finest tap water. I'm literally just making sure the water, I don't want to put too much because I don't want it to send all the perlite floating to the top, which it really will. There we go. I know that people be saying only fill it halfway. But the thing is, I've seen so many different people do everything differently. So I just be doing what works for me. So I can't even tell y'all what the right thing to do is. I probably need to order better perlite because this perlite is so fine. Yeah, so I kind of want it to look like this. Let's just go ahead and stick. Oh, I'm gonna use this. It's the rooting powder. I am gonna put it on there. I do not stick the plants in this, especially those coming from rot. But just to cauterize, and I'm just gonna push it, make it find its way into the perlite, and boom, that's one. I'm also not putting these into a prop box. I'm gonna grow these in ambient, you know, because I think at this point, I don't want so many of my plants getting used to, oh my God, am I gonna have to take this one off? Oh, you know what? And it has a node that's activating. So actually I won't. I'll push it. Oh, there we go. That's what this one is looking like. It had that node is activating right there, so I want to let that one keep doing its thing because that would be great for this to branch off and get 2 vines from one. But this is what it's looking like. And then the final one, realized I didn't cauterize that other one, but it is what it is. It will be fine. I'm going to stick this all the way in. I want to get as many roots from this as possible. Just like that. I've got my props. All right, y'all. So thanks so much for coming and hanging out with me while I did that quick check-in on those plants. So obviously one is not going so great, but the other one is doing pretty cool. The Adonsonii double windows is doing pretty well. I love to see it. So I will see y'all in the next video where I check in with y'all about my philodendron burl marks.